With more electric vehicles coming to Audi, do you plan to have performance upgrade products in the future? Yeah, we can. There's really nothing that different about an electric car versus an ICE car, um, where we can't do what we do. We can modify the powertrain. We can improve the power and torque from the electric motor. We can change or modify the way the power and torque are delivered. We could even upgrade the electric motor to be more powerful. We can increase the amperage or voltage to the motor to increase more power. But it's not the same. You know, there's no intakes, there's no exhausts, but the electronic controllers are still there, and so we can go in and recalibrate the factory control systems to produce more power and torque, like we do on the ICE engines. There's a lot less moving parts on an electric car, so but things like brakes and suspension, there's a lot less cooling system, but they do have cooling systems and they typically are undersized. Um, it's different. Right now, we don't see an enthusiast market for electric vehicles. It's really not there. For one, electric vehicles perform quite well right out of the box. And two, people that buy them are typically looking to save money on gas. Maybe they're hoping to improve pollution of the vehicle or driving. Um, who knows? There's a myriad of reasons why you could buy an EV, but we're not seeing the performance consumer emerge, or people who own these cars aren't, you know, coming to us saying, "How can I make this car faster?" So we do actually have some performance products. We have Dynamic Plus springs for the e-Golf, and there's more that we can do. We just really haven't. The market's not there. So, and one thing you've probably seen, we certainly follow this closely, is almost every auto manufacturer accelerating the EV changeover date and now relaxing it, and due to various reasons. I think a big one being that consumer demand isn't quite there yet, and some of the more kind of drastic regulations, like California's 2030 changeover dates, are still up in the air and have not materialized. So you're hearing, and of course we're hearing, about lots of manufacturers, including Audi, Volkswagen, Porsche, going back to the EV. I read recently that Hemi's or Dodge is trying to rebuild their Hemi engine group that they dismantled 2 years ago, because they realize that they need a lot more Hemis.
Yeah.
Moving forward, and none of this is surprising. I think automotive enthusiasts in general, I would say virtually all automotive enthusiasts like internal combustion still. There's maybe the next generation or two. I think my kids, certainly their kids, will probably be very into EV performance, and it will be a very different mentality. But I would say kind of through the millennial generation, it's still very ICE heavy. But I think going into Gen Y, and like I said, like my kids are really into electric cars, and I'll aspire to own an electric car someday. So and despite them being my kids, and I'm not a flaming ICE proponent either. I love the sound and performance of gas engines, but I'm also technical. I'm an engineer enough to know that the EV technology is tremendous for performance as well. It's not the same type of performance we're used to, but electric motors are very good at producing instantaneous torque, unlike internal combustion engines. So, anyways, yeah, that's just some of my thoughts about it. I'm not pushing for or against anything. We'll be here for any or all